So there is a possible remake
Allegedly.
of Knights of the Old
Supposedly.
Republic. It was announced in 2021. By the time we got to 2022, we had heard that there was, some trickiness going on behind the scenes, which you can read all about at Kotaku for all of our coverage on that. By now, it has changed hands from developer Aspyr, who did the Nintendo Switch port, to now Saber Interactive. Where that is, we don't know. But it presents a really interesting question, which is it worth playing Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic in 2023?
In all honesty, I think mechanically the game is a bit rough these days, and I think visually it does as well. Whether your graphics knob or not, it does look 20 years old.
Yeah, it doesn't have that turn-based polish that Baldur's Gate 3 is able to
Yes,
do really well
exactly.
and make that kind of enjoyable. This tucks a lot of the D&D math way behind the scenes, and what you're left with is, at least in 2023, somewhat of kind of a rigid feeling game.
Yeah. And so I think it's always kind of worth going back and playing older games. I do think if this remake does happen, I think it's going to be interesting to see what they think is the core lifeblood of that game, or what can be changed, what can be modernized. Because I think that was something I was looking forward to, is hypothetically a version of KOTOR that had more inclusive same-sex romance. Because you go back now and there's one lesbian option, and
that's basically it.
Basically it. But there's different pillars of that game that I think can be changed and explored and re-examined. But I also think it's going to be probably more beholden to things that Star Wars is probably beholden to these days, being part of the Disney machine. It is still a significant game. For all of the other things that mire Star Wars right now, KOTOR kind of transcends Star Wars in a lot of ways.